So now that we've been operating the 68 Whaler for a few weeks, getting our test runs and test trials done, we want to do a few more tweaks on it for functional or operational reasons. Let's show you what we're going to do. After all those test drives, it is time to put numbers on this boat. So in Florida, you get to have 3-inch numbers, and you have your sticker only on the left side. So I'm actually pretty happy with that there. So we're at 5/8 down. That'll work for me. Probably should have cleaned it before I put it on there. Be pretty easy to put this on. I'm just gonna put a little squeegee at the top. A buddy of mine who used to be a sign guy would always spray it down after to make sure this last pull wouldn't pull the letters back off. That one pulled off a little bit, so let's push it back. We are legal. Let's go do it on the other side. Did you know that only about 10% of you who watch these videos are subscribed to this channel? Take a look at this. We'd love to see you subscribe now. Click that bell. That'll tell you when the new videos come out. You'll see what we're working on next, which is pretty exciting. We'd love to have you part of our community. So again, in Florida, no sticker on this side. Only the numbers. So we said roughly 18 was the end. Right there is going to be the end of the letters. All right, as soon as I saw this engine, I knew we were going to be replacing the prop. So, again, this is more of a budget build, and so I looked at the specs for the Yamaha F40. It can take a number of sizes and pitches, and so I bought a highly reviewed stainless steel propeller off of Amazon. I put the link in. Thousands of great reviews. If it doesn't work, I can always change it. Not as big of a deal as on big boats. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Step one is to pull the cotter pin out. So the only history I know about this boat is that it came from a charter boat. So first of all, not stainless. Second of all, I mean, look at that. So we performed fine in our test run, but you know, it's not exactly, I mean, let's do it right. What do you think? Stainless, so a little more width, but the pitch is the same, and again, it's all within spec. So we're gonna lube this stuff up real quick, and then we're gonna put the new prop on. Let's get this prop up where we can work with it a little bit. Just using Quicksilver grease. Look at that. There is some fishing line. Probably wasn't making a big impact, but if they get into these bearings and things, it can cause a rattle or a vibration. Push grease back into this fitting. This way, when we service the engine soon, we won't have to do this piece. Got our cotter pin lined back up. Cotter pin keeps us from accidentally losing our nut. Eager to see the performance we get out of that. Well, I like to keep spares. I don't know. I think we're trashing this. A few other finishing touches here. Let's get the stern light up. Somewhere in this range. Some silicone on these holes. So we pre-ran our wire. I kept one of these a little shorter than the other to stagger the connectors. And then my goal is to get it as close up to the connector as possible. We're going to use these solder shrink connectors. Hey, cardboard seems like a great idea to put behind something that produces a lot of heat. Let there be light. We got light. So we can safely run at night now. Alright, so we're going to do one more connection here. Not one more connection, we're going to heat shrink all this where these butt connectors are all inside, and we will be good to go. We are good to go, we got light. Legal at night. Alright, so listen, I know it's a little short, it could be a little higher. It should be considered legal. I probably am not running at night much, but I also don't want a light that's going to be in the way of all this stuff when it's folded down. So that's the choice I made. We didn't light it on fire either. All right, next job on the Whaler is we're going to put in a fuel water separator. Again, is it absolutely necessary? Probably not. Fuel tank comes in through the prime bulb straight into the engine. I think just with the chance of bad gas and dirty gas, like, it's probably a good idea. Bought this fuel water separator on Amazon. Again, with the bigger boats, I'm normally buying OEM parts. The Whaler, since I literally tore it down and rebuilt it myself, I don't mind buying cheaper things that if they work, I have to replace them. It also tells me what the quality is and what isn't. So let's get it installed. I think I'm gonna upgrade the fuel line while we're at it. Let's get this inline fuel filter put in place. So, denoted on the top, inflow, outflow. So we're going to cap 2 of these and use 2 of these, but we obviously need to make sure we understand our direction. So in our case, we're going to bring the fuel in from the port side of the boat, so we're going to cap this one. So we're going to cap the inlet on the starboard side. And then we're going to cap the output on the port side. So let's double check ourselves. Coming in on the port, coming out on the starboard, Other two are capped. So next is, we're gonna get the bulb set up. We're gonna put it on the supply side of the separator. So we're pumping water into the separator. So we get a quick measurement here. So we're gonna cut about here. All right, so again, orientation matters. Bulb arrows this way. So we're pushing air into the filter. Hose clamp on first. Almost missed that. Let's go ahead and put some Teflon tape on this one. Hate Teflon tape. Hate it, hate it, hate it. All right, supply side. Supply side comes in, comes in. Okay, measure again. Inflow, outflow. I'm trying to mount it away from these two guys well enough and still give it enough room to get out. So I think there's good. My solution to deck silicone. This goes to the fuel. This goes to the engine. Let's get these fuel connectors and hose clamps on. There's one. In. Locked in. All right, let's prime and see if we can fill this bulb up. All right, so that is full. That is nice and tight. I think we're good. See no leaks. Everything looks tight. I think we're set. Modular rod holders, and so I'm going to put two in, but you can take them out and there's all kinds of accessories. So there could be cup holders, there could be all kinds of things, but we're going to use it as a rod holder. Now some of you whaler purists may be saying, I can't believe you're putting these rod holders on a whaler. Again, I want to honor the whaler by finishing it in a way that makes it original, but also gives it upgrades that make it functional for us. So this is a tender, again in the future for a bigger boat. We want the tender to be very functional for what we're going to use it for, and fishing is one of those things. We want the rod holder to be able to extend over the boat, and I think I'm going to eyeball its line right on the seat. Because again, this could also be a cup holder when this extension is pulled out. So right about there is where I want. Solid. Alright, so when not in use, they look like that. Maybe put a cup holder there. And when they are in use, so that's it for this episode. Not only are we legal now, but we made several very functional and good operational upgrades. See you soon.